Please give her a hand.
I'm not really sure why the formatting is a little off. Can you all hear me okay? Yeah. No. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. So I'm not sure why it's off the screen. It's a formatting thing. I'm sure it was my fault. I apologize. But I'm Laura Woodburn, and I want to tell you why 1 + 1 can equal 3. Who are the finance people in the room? 1 + 1 does not equal 3 ever, except in one case. I'm here to tell you a little story, a success story really about synergy, and tell you a little bit about what we do behind the scenes that doesn't just involve building roller coasters and other attractions. So, this year, as you well know, we had a new attraction, and we tried to see what could we possibly do to make ridership better over the entire park. So we created this attractions efficiencies task force in April of this year to see how could we make the lines move faster, because we figured you might like that. Yes? Okay, good. So it was a partnership, really, of maintenance, operations, and security. But that was just a core group. We pulled other people in as well. So, for example, we worked with our retail department to see if there was some way that maybe in the future we could bring some lockers to the park that people could leave their items when they're waiting on a queue line. And then we worked with other groups as well, like games, to find space for certain lockers. Maybe you might see them moving forward. And we also work with other departments such as entertainment. I'm sure you've seen the queue line entertainment here at the park at the rides. So we had a shared goal. We needed to make sure that we were obviously fostering engagement with our guests as well as our employees. We wanted to make sure we increased ridership. That was the goal, number one goal. And increase the guest interaction. And really we were focusing on purposeful impact. What were the rides that we could make a big difference on? How could we adjust the operation? Because as you all know, small tweaks add up to more ridership every hour, every day. So what could we do? We had to communicate very well amongst people. So we focused on a couple of attractions. And oh yeah, Laugh Track. That's our 13th coaster, as you well know. Just a little information on Laugh Track. When we got the ride, the manufacturer told us to expect to run 4 or 5 cars at a time. And so we averaged about 361 riders per hour, and that's not enough. So we worked on it. We tried to figure out how we could get our efficiencies up a little bit better. And it really is, there is a rhythm to running rides and operating the attractions. We added another coaster car, and now we're averaging about 420 riders per hour. So just one car makes a big difference. And it moves the line a lot faster for you. So what are the results? We added some additional boats at Coal Cracker. We got 15% increase in ridership. On Wild Mouse, we increased it 20%. And at Coco Cruiser, adjusting the run cycles, we increased it 22%. So I want to look at some of the overall results. By the way, we're just one park, right? So I can't call the director of ride operations at our other park because it's just us. So I work with everybody in the industry, and many of you in the room I've talked to about how you increase things. We, for the first time, had 4 coasters that had ridership over 1 million, which is huge. What that translates to you is you don't have to wait in line so long, which is a good thing, right? Yes. So we, overall, the ridership was up 10%. That's through November 1st. And the reason I say November 1st is because we did a lot of changes for Candyland. Some people may wonder what our top 10 attractions are. Again, this is through November 1st. So I do have the percentage increases in here, not the actual ridership. Was a little unsure if I should share all of that, but we're at least showing you the increases of our results. Huge results. Skyrush is amazing. 17% increase is amazing. Now let's talk about Candyland. We all know that we added some roller coasters this year for Candyland. Did you like that? Yeah. And some other attractions, which is good, because if we hadn't on some of those big crowded days, I don't know where everybody would have gone. So it's good that we added everything. We had a 50% increase in ridership for Candyland. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this is what the top 5 rides are for Candyland. And as you know, ridership does skew a little younger for that event. Demographics are younger. We have families with younger children that tend to come. Now let's look at year end. 12% ahead in ridership. That's an enormous improvement. And that's the top 10 for the entire year. The reason I broke it out is I don't know how it works at other parks, but at our park there's incredible pride and competition for what your placement is for your ride. We have crews that work on a specific attraction. And I would have felt bad for the Great Bear Boys because they would have won it if we stopped at November 1st. But Super Duper Looper was open through Candyland, so naturally they kind of squeaked ahead. So over the summer, many of you had this as well at your facilities, and for you going to the parks, you probably saw staffing was tight. I don't know if you know this or not, but we bring people in from around the company and around the park really to work in rides at some peak times when the kids go back to school. Probably happens like this all over the industry. And because of that, no one had to wait in line any longer than they normally do because we had such support from all around the company, which is phenomenal. We really did make an impact. We worked with all of our departments because of course we can't get you through the ride lines if our security staff doesn't get you off of the roadways and park you fast. We can't get you on the rides quickly if the guest services can't get you through the gate, and naturally we want to make sure you have something delicious to eat when you're here at the park, but we need to make sure that that happens quickly as well. So I just want to leave you with the quote. Synergy, it's what happens when 1 + 1 = 3 or 100. It's about passion, energy, ingenuity, and excitement of creating a new reality that is far better than the old reality. And this is from Stephen Covey. The reason I put this up to you is because I want you to know that even if we don't have a new attraction, we are all working really hard at Hersheypark to make sure that we're constantly improving the experience for you, constantly making sure the lines are moving faster so that you can get on more attractions, be able to see a show, enjoy the games, enjoy everything that our entire park has to offer. And it's not necessarily publicized because it's not really sexy, but I wanted to let you know while we had you here at the park, to let you know what not just Hersheypark, all parks do behind the scenes to make sure that every year, even if there's not some great big new attraction, we're still trying to make sure that our facilities are the absolute best they possibly can be for each one of you. And that truly is why 1 + 1 = 3. So I'd like to thank you for your attention, and then I'll kick it right back on to Cliff.
And for anybody interested in American Coaster enthusiasts, aceonline.org. All the information is there to join. We have memberships starting at $20. It's a 6-month trial membership. Very easy to get in, sign up online, and come and join us. We have a great time. All kinds of events, magazines, newsletters. We get off-season tours like this at various amusement parks when they're putting in coasters. So there's a lot of benefits to joining other than riding the coasters.